Hi everyone, I have got a lot of footage today, so I am going to be doing another lesson commentary. This was a self-ride. I was on YOGI. I've been riding him the past couple of days, and yeah, because I had so much footage, I thought I would talk you through everything I was doing. And they're very highly requested, these videos. I have just realised that the footage is all a bit fuzzy and blurry. I'm pretty sure my dad used a different lens when we were filming today because we usually use like a really big one. Anyways, so if it's a bit blurry, I'm sorry. So we were working on probably about a 40-meter circle, I'd say. I was just working on getting him round and getting him forward and just chilled because he can get quite hot and quite quick and quite energetic. But as you can see here, he goes round really nicely. But I was just working on transitions, and here he was actually ignoring, he was like leaning down on the bit, so I tried to like lift his head up a little just to stop him from driving his head down, because there's a difference between nicely round and being driven downwards. So yeah, and I'm just trying to get him into the corners and just doing transitions like every corner, just a lot. And here I was changing my stirrups because, you know, page is unorganized, and also my chaps fell off. So I rode this lesson without chaps, which was one of the first times I've ever ridden without chaps. But yeah, he's very good with transitions. You know, he goes off not quite nicely. So here I'm thinking about like keeping him nice and round and calm. He almost ran into a cone there, which was my fault. He just gets a bit hot, especially on turns and things. So he got a bit hot there. But here I'm just trying to keep him really calm, and as you can see, my reins are probably a bit longer than they should be, and I'm just doing that because he was getting quite hot. I was thinking that it could be because I'm hanging off his head, so I loosened the reins a little bit, but still trying to keep him round and forward at the same time. And I'm trying to use my body to slow him down, like my rising. As you can see there was a little bit of a half halt, and I'm trying to use my rising to slow him down. He has a coughing fit here, I'm pretty sure. And just like keeping rhythm through the corners and not letting him rush through them. But I'm trying to use my rising to slow him rather than my hands, because he gets quite annoyed when you're constantly pulling on him. And you know, I just want to give him a chance to think, okay, I should go around, she shouldn't have to make me go around, which he worked out well. Just having a look at my dab camera. And I'm just using here, I came back to walk there, but whenever I'm going to turn, I like to open out my inside rein and then squeeze with my inside leg to push him into the corner. It's very out of focus here, I'm sorry. So we're changing rein here. Changing rising diagonal. And I'm just trying to let him have like a bit of freeness with his head, like not constantly making him go around, and let him have a look around, because if you try and fight him letting look around, it goes crazy. But there, I was opening my outside rein and pushing with my inside leg to get him to go round and bent into the corner, and that will help me out with my transitions as well. And I kind of just want to let him dribble into trot. I don't want it to be like a massive kick where I'm like, okay, trot now. So see how I'm opening out and constantly just nugging on my outside rein just to let him push out into the circle. And I'm just trying to stay tall with my body, and I actually saw in a video the other day that he's constantly coughing here. That when you're doing trot, if you use your ankle as like you push down on your ankle and your stride, that it can help keep you a bit more still in the saddle. And I've actually been finding that that's been helping, so that's something I also tried in this lesson. As you can see, when I came around there, it looked like I had to pull a lot. That's because my reins are longer, and I'm trying to use my body to slow him down rather than constantly relying on my hands. Very fuzzy here, I'm sorry. And I'm just letting him look around a little bit. I'm pretty sure I bring him back to a walk pretty soon. But as you can see, he's got really nice strides. They're very long. I'm pretty sure he used to be a show pony. So what I was doing here is I was starting to spiral in, because he was starting to really ignore my inside hand. So I was like doing a spiral circle, if that makes sense. So I'm closing in my circle, then making it bigger, closing it in, making it bigger, because he was starting to really ignore my inside hand. And I was doing transitions on that circle as well, just to keep him occupied and not, you know, focused on things that he shouldn't be focused on. And then I went back up to trot. I'm not too concerned about my rising diagonal, just gave him a pat there as well. And you know, here I'm really trying to slow down my rising so that he slows down. Because with some horses, the more you pull, the more annoyed they get, the faster they go. They try to fight the rein, so I'm trying to use my body so he has to fall into rhythm with my one. Okay, here I'm pretty sure we're spiraling again. So that my hand going up is just me stroking his mane because there were a lot of kids running around and it was getting a bit spooky. So I was just stroking his mane. Very fuzzy here. But see how his head's kind of up? I'm kind of liking that because he was getting over-rounded, if that makes sense. And I was just using my outside rein to calm him down and get him to push into the corners rather than, you know, dodge them and fall out. So there I gave him another stroke just to calm him down, particularly whenever there's like a horse walking down there behind the gate. He gets very... And occasionally, you know, I just take him up to the mirror, let him have a look at himself because, you know, oh well, I just liked it, something different. Okay, I'm pretty sure here we actually do a canter transition. He's very good with his canter transitions. There we go. I did have quite a small circle, to be honest, and I probably should have opened up a little bit more. However, I'm just trying to keep my shoulders back, but at the same time, you know, kind of stay forward because I want to give him the forward momentum. Lost my stirrup there. Everything went failed there. I want to give him the forward momentum that it's okay to go a little bit faster, but you still have to listen to me. So I did have, plus my leg position's really bad, so I wanted to lean a bit forward. So I did a walk to canter transition there. And I'm just trying to keep my outside stirrup down because my feet get very annoyed when I go fast. So, and you know, I'm just trying to keep him round at the same time. I feel like I'm dragging on in this video. And then I just gave him a bit of a walk break just to chill him out. He actually did get a bit fussy here and he wanted to go out the gate because the horse had just left. So I just turned with my inside hand and kicked with my outside leg and told him he cannot do that. But this was when he started to get a little bit more hot, and I think it was because so many horses were coming in and out of the arena. But yeah, so I went back up to trot here and see how I'm just letting him dribble into it. I'm not like giving him a big kick and saying, okay, you've got to trot now. And you know, he's so lovely. Look at him, all round and bent and beautiful. Pretty sure we can to here again. There we go. He does have a very strange canter to sit to because I feel so big on him. And I'm kind of giving him a little bit of rein to race around, but enough that I can still keep the contact and still keep him round and bent. Then I bring him back to trot. And I just let him take a couple of strides in his trot to really get his balance back and really lengthen out. Now over here, I actually was taking him for a cool down lap, and he spooked at this cone that had fallen over, so I was just circling it just then. And I just want to, because he was getting so hot and annoyed on going on circles, I just want to take him around, you know, take him over some poles, let him chill a little bit, see a couple of different things. I'm sorry that this is so wobbly. Pretty sure my dad was walking. Yep, just took him over the pole, nothing too interesting. And see how my rein is gradually getting longer? The more he relaxes, the more I loosen my rein a little bit, you know? Here he actually did go a bit, I think he did go a bit crazy over this pole. But you know, I'm just using my body to slow him down rather than my reins. And you know, if I ever get nervous, people think I'm kind of stupid, but you know what? I will... So I did pull there because I got really annoyed with him at that moment. Probably shouldn't have pulled as hard. Then I give him a pat once he's relaxed because, you know, I'm not going to pat him when he's getting all hot. I'm going to pat him once he's stopped and he's actually listened to what I've said. So see how my reins are quite floppy? I want to keep him relaxed because the more I tense up, the more he's going to tense up. So it might look stupid, but if I ever get nervous when I'm riding, I will just grip onto the saddle cloth and hope that nothing happens, and usually nothing does happen when I do that. So yeah. And here I was just taking him for a cool down around the arena and just letting his muscles relax, and this was kind of just our cool down, just walking around on a long rein and just chilling. And this was a real struggle because he is such a forward momentum pony. To keep him kind of calm with such a long rein was really difficult, but if you just use your body, sit deep, relax, and just constantly keeps saying ooh and stuff like that and stroking him. He does relax pretty well. And I just wanted to take him, you know, through this pole, and he was looking at this mounting block originally, so I was pretty happy that he didn't look at it again. I'm just letting him relax, you know. You see like a real eccentric pullback on my reins, but that's just because my reins are so long. So when I tell him to stop, he needs to stop. He can't keep walking once I've rewarded him. He needs to wait until I tell him to go again. So that was what that double stop there was. I think I was talking to my dad here. I'm pretty sure. See how my outside rein is just, you know, constantly just saying, okay, come into the outside rein, but really gently, you know, and it's better than having a really forced outside rein. And, you know, I was just doing, like, you know, serpentines and, you know, 8 figures of 8 just to release, just relax him, but keep him kind of interested at the same time. I think I was saying to my dad, we can go now. I thought I saw someone. But yeah, you know, you can see here he gets so much more relaxed when I have kind of a long rein and use my body rather than my hands. Thank you all for watching this commentary video. I hope you guys enjoyed. I did repeat a lot of the things I was saying, but honestly, I was just trying to get him chilled in this lesson because he was so hot and hyper. But thanks for watching. Give it a thumbs up and stay in tune for next week's video. Bye! And actually, I have taken a lot of photos of this ride. Well, my dad did. So I will be posting them on Instagram if you want to go check that out. And my Instagram account is at jump_to_freedom. And there's always photos and I update you on all my rides. So stay tuned on there as well.